Hello. Back again. I'm recording several videos all at once because I don't often get this kind of quiet time to do it. Anyway, someone suggested that I talk a little bit about happiness. Spoke to someone the other day and I told them that I was really, really happy about something. And they said to me, well, you're always happy. How can you be happier? And well, first of all, I am a pretty happy person, and that's a fact. It's really not that I don't get sad, and I have sad moments, and I have angry moments, I have sarcastic moments. I'm the queen of sarcasm, trust me. And I have passive aggressive moments, and I have negative moments, and I have. But they're moments, they're very fleeting, and for the most part, happiness is my default. People say well, first of all, I'm going to back up a little. There is an assumption that is frequently made that because I am an upbeat, happy, optimistic person, that it's probably because life's been very easy for me. It's interesting that the assumption is made that a person who is very happy has no tragedy in their life. Now, I've been fortunate. I mean, for the most part, I'm healthy now. My children are healthy, which is the ultimate. But it hasn't all been peaches and cream. I'm 46 years old, and there's no way that anybody gets through life and becomes 46-year-old without encountering some sadness. I could list some things. I'm going to list them not to make people sad, not to make people feel sorry, but to give some people some understanding. First off, I was raised in a very small rural town. We lived most of our life at or below the poverty line. We did not know that because everybody in our community lived pretty much at the same level. It was a very hand-to-mouth existence, feast or famine. My father was a commercial fisherman. We did not have a lot of things. We didn't live in a fancy house, but we had enough. We had no idea we were poor. We just didn't. We had food. Obviously, if you can hunt and fish in a place like that, there's food. So I grew up in a not particularly, enriched environment that way. I had books to read. That was all I needed anyway. I had a bad first marriage. My ex-husband is an alcoholic and was an alcoholic, is a drug addict, had terrible things. I left him with my 2 children. I battled. I was a single mother. I have 2 older daughters that I raised without their dad. There was a period of 2 years where we did not know if he was even alive. We assumed he was. That kind of stress, especially when you have children and you feel their stress. I lost my dad when I was 31 to cancer. That was absolutely the worst thing probably that's happened in my life, without a doubt. Can't even talk about it. I lost him when I was very young, 31. And he was the most amazing man, ever, most influential person in my life for sure. So that was tragic. Watching someone die from cancer is just horrible. I just lost my aunt from cancer just very recently. I've had my cousin, it's not my tragedy or my illness, but my cousin that I grew up with battled and has eradicated cancer from her life. I lost my grandmothers, both of them, my grandfather. I've lost jobs. I've been restructured, resized, downsized, laid off, recessions. I've had financial difficulties. I've had mortgages that didn't know if I was going to be able to meet. I remember once when I was a single mother wondering if I could pay my rent, and taking part of the rent money about 3 days before rent was due to go buy groceries, because I came to the decision that food was more important than rent, and that maybe I could make up the deficit some way. But for now I had to feed the kids. Luckily got a bonus before the first of the month, so it was almost exactly the amount that I needed for rent. And it was that kind of thing that always kept me positive, because I never ended up homeless. I never ended up starving. I never ended up worse off. I lost a job, I got a better one, or I went back to school and bettered myself in some other way. All of those things happened, and I feel them as much as anybody else. But every single time, what I do with that is look for the lesson and the new path, because all of these things are going to happen. It's how you deal with what is going to happen. I have had a very serious health issue that I don't even talk about anymore, because I have gotten rid of it, and I am the type of person who feels that if you focus on the negative, you'll get more of the negative. So I don't talk about it, but it did happen, and I nearly died. I've had a broken heart. We've all lost people that we love, romantic loves that have gone astray, friendships that have disappeared, people who have disappointed you. These things happen to every single person, and they happen to me. I'm not without unhappiness in my life, and still I managed to have someone say to me, "How could you be any happier? Because you're always so happy." Why I'm a happy person? First of all, I made the decision to be. Second of all, it stems from my belief that you get more of what you think about. So if I think about happiness, then I'm going to get more happiness. That's win-win. And also because I don't believe that any amount of my misery and my unhappiness benefits anybody. I don't watch a lot of news, and I don't look at sad videos of starving children. I don't look at them, not because I don't think it's important, but it really upsets me. And I can donate money, I can give my time, I can go and help with the food bank. I did that last year. I can do all of these things without wallowing in the misery. And in fact, I think I do more service by being happy in the work that I do, and being optimistic and being positive. And I know I am, because the people who have influenced and changed my life, for the most part, are the people who were happy and upbeat and inspirational and motivational, because they overcame and dealt with things well, not because they gave in and decided to go, "Oh, woe is me," over everything. Think about it. Think about the people that you know in your life that you are inspired by, and see if they're think about that. Are they happy people? If you're inspired by them, then why would you not emulate them? And you can say, easier said than done. Well, I don't think so. It's as easy as just a little paradigm shift. You meet a person. I'll give you an example. You meet a person. Here's something that I do regularly. Okay? Let's take a really good example, a very specific one. You go to a restaurant, the waiter comes over, and you can tell right away that waiter is in a bad mood. Now, there's the person who will look at that waiter and go, "Oh my God, I knew it. I knew this was every time I go to a restaurant, I get this shitty waiter. I get the guy, I don't know what he's doing. He'll probably mix up my order. He's going to screw this up. I know, and look at it, he's in a bad mood. I'm not giving him a tip. No way, he's not getting a tip from me." There's that person. Then there's me. I go and I see this guy in a restaurant or this lady in a restaurant. She's going to be my waitress, and she's had a bad day. The first thing I think about is something's happened to put her in that mood. Whether she deserves it or not, whether, she got yelled at by her boss for being late, and she deserved, because she was late, which I don't know if you deserve to be yelled at for anything. But anyway, or maybe that person just got a call from the school that her kid's in trouble again, or been bullied, or maybe she just got a call from her landlord that she has to move out. Maybe she has just gotten laid off and she has to leave her job in 2 weeks. I don't know, but something has put that person in a bad mood. So the very first thing I do is make it my mission not to contribute to their bad day. That's my mission. So what do I do? First of all, they're going to get a tip, probably a bigger one than usual, because they may have financial issues. They're going to get a smile. They're going to have a very patient customer, and they're going to have a very understanding customer. And I make it my challenge to get a smile out of them before I leave. I have never failed, because most people will respond to your smile, to a joke. Most people will appreciate if you are understanding at a time when things are really difficult for them. I have done this with people in airports. Everybody is in a bad mood. It is a very stressful environment for a lot of people. It's gotten more stressful with all the security, and you don't know if you're going to be able to take your toothpaste, and oh my God, about the shampoo bottle, and they're going to take it and they're going to pull you off to security because you got liquid hair gel or something. I don't know. And it's a stressful environment, so I deliberately do that. Customs, going across the border. I am so nice to the customs people, and I smile and joke, and it never fails me. I may still get pulled into security, so I'll be nice to them. It never fails me, and that's how I approach life. And for some reason, I don't very often find the waiter that's in a bad mood, because quite often I'm already in that place, and I bring them up just by being patient, just by being friendly. I always talk about the person in Toronto. I was in Toronto a few years ago, and I had found a $5 bill somewhere that I had come across, and whenever I find money, I always give it away. It's my thing. Now, if I find $1 million, I'm probably just going to give some of it away and keep the rest. But, I'll do good things with my million. But if I find a $5, $10 bill, I give it to charity. If it's Christmas, I'll throw it in the thing. So we were in Toronto. I was in Toronto with a friend, and I had this $5 bill in my pants pocket. And there was a girl came into the bar. It wasn't a bar. It was a corner store or liquor store or something. And this girl came in, and she was obviously strung out on drugs or lack of drugs. She was plugging in her cell phone to charge it, and she was all agitated, and you just tell she was having a bad day. And when we went outside, she asked for some change, and I think it was just habitual, like she just asked them to get some change. And I thought about the $5 bill. I took it out and I gave it to her, and her eyes lit up. I've never seen such a look of appreciation. Now, she was probably taking that $5 off to buy whatever the drug of the day was. That's fine. I was not going to, no matter what, I could have given her a lecture about drugs. I could have given her information to find a rehab center. I could have given her anything. I was not going to cure her addiction or her problems that day. But the day when she's standing there saying, I am like this because no one has ever been kind to me, and I've had a terrible life, and no one has ever done anything nice for me, she could no longer say that. Because even if nobody, and I'm sure that's not true, up to that point had ever treated that person with respect and treated them well, she could never from that point on say nobody had ever been kind to her, because I just was. And if you're going to give money or give to people, I don't believe there should be any strings or judgment attached. I think that people have their demons and their issues, and people won't give to the homeless because they're going to buy alcohol. Well, guess what? I'm going to buy alcohol too when I have money. And so that could happen. And so we just don't know where they've come from. And I just approach life as though my mission in life is to make people smile and to make people happy, and not to judge, and to be understanding. And it catches on sometimes. I mean, you know, if you're my friend, you can tell me anything, and I'm not going to be all that shocked. You can be exactly who you are, and I'm not going to judge you, and I'm not going to tell your secrets, and I'm not going to not be your friend anymore because you've done something that other people might not approve. Anyway, that's my little speech on happiness and why I'm a happy person and how I'm a happy person. One more thing, I just want to end with this. This is really interesting. I once heard this little parable story, and it was about the two cats. There was an older cat and a kitten, and the kitten was chasing his tail, and chasing his tail, and chasing his tail. And the older cat said to the kitten, "Why are you chasing your tail?" And the kitten said, "Well, I was told that my happiness lies in the tip of my tail, so I keep chasing it, and if I catch it, I will be happy." And the older cat looked at him and he said, "Well, you're kind of right." He said, "Happiness is found in the tip of your tail. But for me, I just go about my daily life, and it follows me wherever I go." Anyway, that's my little video blog on happiness. Have a fantastic day. Be happy. Bye.